back. This is Mr. Cisneros. In the last video, we created our assembly. So we took all of our panels and we put them together to form our speaker box. What I want to show you in this video is how to add material now. How do we add material so that we can say that this speaker box, panels, how can we say that they're made out of wood? How can we assign a material? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up my assembly. If you haven't made your assembly yet, check out my previous video. It shows you how. I'm going to go ahead and open it here. This is like our recent documents area, so you can just click on that open folder to open up documents. You could also go to just like file and open. That's also an option for opening recent files. But here we're just going to add material. We're going to make this out of birch wood. So we're going to assign birch wood to all these panels, all these parts. The way that we do that is by going into the IPT of the assembly. So all the different IPTs, we have our front, top, bottom, right side, left side, and then the back panel. So we'll have to double click to go into the IPT. So if I hover over this front panel, I can double click. You can see that it is inside of the IPT now. Like even over here, we can see some information specifically about the front panel. We can see the holes, extrusion. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to go up here and we're going to click on where it says generic. By default, generic is the material that's set for every single part that you make. What we're going to do is we're going to scroll down to where it says wood, and there's a bunch of different types, but we're going to pick birch. So we'll click birch, and then over here you'll notice that when we double click the front panel, this came up, this return button. That lets you return to the assembly. So now we're outside of the IPT, we're inside of the assembly, and we now just have to go back into the next IPT, the next part file. So that's this guy right here, top and bottom. If I double click that, it'll bring me inside of it, just like we did before. All we have to do is go up to generic, scroll down to wood, click on wood birch, go to return, and we're going to do that again. We'll do it with the right side, left side. Double click, go up to where it says generic, scroll down, wood birch, return, and then to get that back one, you can maybe get it right there, but you could also orbit. Remember, orbiting is holding down the shift key on the keyboard and then pressing down on the roller wheel. To orbit, you could also use your navigation panel with this orbit tool here. I'm going to double click that back panel. I'm going to go to generic, scroll down to wood birch, and there it is. Click on return. We are done assigning material. Go ahead and save. The one weird thing that might freak you out, if we go to hit file save, we get this window. It almost looks like an error window, but this is okay. This is just Inventor saying, hey, you made some changes. You made some changes to all of the IPT parts. You added material. Do you want to save changes to the assembly and its dependents? The dependents being the part files. All you have to do is say yes. I know I made those changes. I'm going to click OK. I'm good with those IPTs getting those updates. So I can just click OK, and that's it. It should be saved. We'll see you in the next video.